Hi, my name is Jess Woods and I'm an English instructor with Excelsior Classes. Today I'd like to invite you on a journey to explore Robert Frost. I'm going to be taking you along on my trip to Bennington, Vermont, where I'm going to visit the gravesite of Robert Frost and also one of his homes there in Bennington, Vermont. Robert Frost is arguably one of the most influential American poets. While he was born in California, he did move to Massachusetts shortly after his father's death when he was around 11. And then for the rest of his life, he really kind of made residence of the New England area, which is what inspired most of his poetry, is that rural New England landscape and those experiences that he had there. Frost quickly acquired a deep love for Vermont, where he spent decades living. In Bennington, which is where we are going to go, he was there during the 20s and 30s. After his wife's death in 1938, he really didn't stay in the area much after that. He moved on up to a different place in Vermont, but we are going to explore Bennington together. I hope that during the course of this video that Frost will kind of come alive to you in a way that maybe he's never come alive to you before. He really is worth exploring, I can promise you that. So let's get going. Today I'm at the First Congregational Church in Bennington, Vermont, where Robert Frost is buried. And while he didn't attend this church, he wasn't a member, he did read some poetry here at the building's rededication. You can see it's a beautiful building, kind of towers over me here. Very old. I'm gonna go pay my reverences. Beside Frost's grave, there's a poem called In a Disused Graveyard. I'll read it for you. The living come with grassy tread to read the gravestones on the hill. The graveyard draws the living still, but never any more the dead. The verses in it say and say, the ones who living come today to read the stones and go away. Tomorrow dead will come to stay. So sure of death the marbles rhyme, yet can't help marking all the time how no one dead will seem to come. What is it men are shrinking from? It would be easy to be clever and tell the stones men hate to die and have stopped dying now forever. I think they would believe the lie. Mr. Robert Frost. I am now at the Robert Frost Stone House, which has currently been turned into a museum. It's owned by Bennington College. You can actually go in when it's open. It's not open right now, but I'm going to walk the premises. This is absolutely historic. I am giddy over it. When you walk through, there's a trail that you can walk through. It shows you the apple orchards that Frost gained inspiration from at times while he was actually living here. In this house, he wrote the famous Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening. Ironically, he did not write that in the winter, he wrote it in the summer months. So in a day much like today, where it's not summer, but it's 74 here in Vermont, the sun is shining, and there's not really any snow around. So anyway, I'm gonna go take a look, and I'll keep you posted. There's no way I can truly explain to you what a wonderful experience it has been to be able to stand where Frost stood, to see things that Frost saw. And I can't introduce you to him, I can't meet him myself, but fortunately he lived in a time period where there were recordings. So we do have some recordings of Frost reading his own poetry, and I'd like to share one of those with you now. This is The Road Not Taken, and it is probably one of Frost's most widely misinterpreted poems. I want you to really listen to the words as he reads them.
Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both and be one traveler. Long I stood and looked down one as far as I could to where it bent in the undergrowth, then took the other as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim because it was grassy and wanted wear. Though as for that, the passing there had worn them really about the same, and both that morning equally lay in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh somewhere ages and ages hence. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference.
I thought I would end this video with a few takeaways from my experience. The first is that everyone at some point should visit a small town, or at least a town that has a small town feel. I don't think that Bennington is all that small, but it certainly feels quaint. And it has local charm. It's absolutely full of local eateries and cafes. In fact, I really have not seen very many chains at all. And there's something in that that is incredibly therapeutic. I've thoroughly enjoyed my time here. Second takeaway is that you really should explore the opportunities that are near you, that are local to you. I've lived in the upstate New York area for 4.5 years, and I didn't realize that Bennington was so close to me. At only about an hour away, this was a very easy trip for me to make, and although I did know quite a lot about Robert Frost and I'd read most of his poetry, I did read some new poems while I was here, and I learned a few things about Frost that I did not know, so it really was able to give me more context into his literature and into his life, and I have been incredibly blessed by this opportunity. It doesn't just have to be literature. There could be things near you that are history-oriented or art-oriented, and sometimes these things are just very easy, very simple to plug yourself into. So definitely explore what is local to you. I hope that you've enjoyed this video, that you've enjoyed learning a little bit about Robert Frost and his poetry, that you will feel inspired to learn more about Robert Frost and read more of his poetry. But more than that, I hope that you will feel inspired to take advantage of the opportunities around you to really immerse yourself in literature or history or art or whatever it may be. See you soon.